What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we're going to be running through some mathematically profitable NFL player props. So the first game we can look at is Bears 49ers. So my prop bet is on Justin Fields. So lines have been drifting towards the 49ers on the money line. You can see their best offered at minus 290 on BetOnline, and the best price that you can get on the Bears is plus 265 on Pinnacle. Right? So as a sharp bettor, you always have to be getting the best line. If you're placing bets at minus 320 on Caesars, when there's another bookmaker in your location giving you minus 290, you're screwed from the get-go, right? You always need to be getting the best possible line. You can see the total for this game. OddsJam kind of has free odds for really any sport you want to browse, whether that's the US Open, NFL, whatever. The total is currently set at 41.5, so projected to be a pretty low-scoring game. But let's get into the player prop. So the first player prop bet I have is going to be on Justin Fields, right? So we're looking at his over-under 35.5 rushing yards. And on the season, or last season, his under 35.5 cashed 7 out of 12 games, which is an implied price of minus 140. So obviously every season in the NFL is different, every game is different, every matchup is different. So looking at historical data, it's not, a great way to actually find bets with an edge, but it's still kind of interesting to look at and get a sense of what did Justin Fields do last season. But where I found this play, of course, is going to be on the positive EV betting tool. So OddsJam, it has a bunch of betting tools, positive EV, middles, that are designed to help you kind of find value as a sports bettor, right? OddsJam is constantly updating all these NFL prop lines to try to find discrepancies, right? Where is there value in the odds? It's not handicapping, it's where is there value in the odds? And what you can kind of see here is, wow, Justin Fields under 35.5 rushing yards is plus 112 on Caesars. No other sportsbook is giving me better than minus 116. So we feel really good about this bet, right? Because if you kind of remove the VIG from DraftKings market and Pinnacle market, the true odds for this is roughly plus 101. We're getting 12 cents of improvement, right? Or 11 cents of improvement. We're getting plus 112, right? And the true price is plus 101 with the VIG removed. So this is a really good bet that we want to be on. So you can see I locked in this player prop for $100. We have Justin Fields, total rushing yards, plus 112 on the under. And again, as a sports bettor, that's exactly what you want. You always want to be finding value, right? OddsJam is constantly scanning millions of odds to find these line discrepancies and where our sports books slipping up. So profit margin of our bet, 5.36%. I locked it in for $100. So our bet has $5.36 in EV, right? $5.36 in profit margin. And, kind of what I like to show people is let's say your unit size is $40 and you're placing bets with an average profit margin of, 5.36%. And you want to make, $750 betting on sports per month, or $750 betting on sports each month. This sheet, which will be in the description, kind of shows you how many bets, EV bets, you have to place per day to meet your profit goals, right? Because the point with EV betting is, of course, you're not going to win every bet. There's no product that's going to help you win every bet, but you will win in the long run, kind of due to the law of large numbers, right? And being able to find these bets that are mispriced with an edge. So what we can do is kind of refresh and see what else is out there, and maybe we'll find another good bet that we want to get in on. So what you can see here is, wow, David Montgomery, over 52.5 rushing yards. This is favored on DraftKings. This is favored on Pinnacle. We're getting plus 108. That seems pretty good, right? DraftKings has this minus 120. Pinnacle has this minus 118. Second prop for the Bears 49ers game. So maybe we go ahead and we lock this in. So you got to move quickly sometimes to get in on these good bets. So maybe this one I actually slightly like more than the Fields one. So maybe this one we'll place a little bigger and lock it in. And then we're going to be adding David Montgomery over 52.5 rushing yards with a 5% edge. So we have David Montgomery over 52.5 rushing yards, and the edge is 5.02%, and we're staking 250. So this bet has $12.55 in profit margin, right? So essentially with positive EV betting, you can see I locked it in. You're essentially just like, forming your own hedge fund of profitable bets where not every bet wins, but because every bet has an edge over the sports book, you're guaranteed to kind of win in the long run. And the concept applies to any sport, right? It doesn't matter if you're betting on the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're betting on parlays. It doesn't matter if you're betting on, the UFC. You can see we have some, Las Vegas Raiders. We got some point spreads. We got Charles Oliveira. It's all just math, right? This is numbers-driven betting strategy, a no BS betting strategy, kind of looking at the market, following the line movements in the market, and trying to identify these very sharp bets, right? So here's another one, right? DraftKings is pricing this at minus 140, right? We're getting this plus 102. Pinnacle has this favored. So two sports books, the other two sports books in the market both have this favored. Prize Picks isn't a sports book, so you can kind of ignore it. So this is another great bet, 6.27% profit margin. So what we can do with this one is maybe you like it a little more, is bet this a little bigger, right? Well, you can see we were going to bet over 46.5. It already moved up to over 47.5, right? So lines can move pretty quickly, so you really have to be on top of it. But anyways, we'll refresh, see if anything else is out there, and if not, we can kind of call it a day with the current videos we have, or with the current two bets we have. So the current two bets we have are, David Montgomery over 52.5 rushing yards, and then we're fading Justin Fields at under 35.5. Two bets I really like for $100 and $250. So hopefully these bets cash. And again, like as a positive EV bettor, this is kind of what your, like statements will look like. Like you'll still have winning streaks, you'll still have losing streaks. Like here was, you can see a losing streak, whatever. But over the course of the long run, if you're placing positive EV bets with an edge, you're going to win. So it makes sports betting a lot less stressful when you're going to win in the long run. So anyways, let's see if there's anything else out there. And if not, let's call it a day. So nothing else that's jumping off the page. I mean, not completely. So I think we'll call it a day there, and let's make some money.